if you are like most of the people, of course, and of course, the reason why you've bought this program is because you want to move from one level to another. You want to leave the state of life you are in and you want to be in another state, and you hope this program could help you uplift you from where you are to where you want to be. Now, and of course, I'm going to help you do that by first and making you understand who you are, what you're made of, and what the abilities that you are not awakening. That financial beast, that beast in you that always wants to get out but curtailed by the beliefs we're about to talk about. So what we're trying to say here is that you need first understand who you are, and of course accept who you are and move in that direction, in hewing out, in forging out your destiny as a creative being. You're a creative being, and your life is determined by your level of your creativity. So in short, most people are suffering because they don't understand that all they are looking for, they already have. It's like a blind man running away from something he's looking for because he is not seeing it around him. There is an old saying among the mountain dwellers that people who sit at the feet of the mountain doesn't know how tall the mountain is because he's just distracted by the fact that he's close to it. So most of us, all we want is too close to us, but we cannot see it. Why? Because, man, we cannot. So in short, many people think that they are victims of external events and circumstances that are beyond their control. They think that this external world is an objective reality which exists outside of them and separates from them. The truth is, the external events and circumstances are an effect of a cause, and that cause is thought. This means that thought is the cause of all events we experience in this world in which we live. In other words, our thoughts are creating our reality. So what we think is what we experience. The Bible even clearly, those who believe in the Bible, clearly stated it that a man is as he thinks. So he is. A man as he thinks, so he is. So when you understand that the thought is the cause that is creating your reality, you begin to realize how important it is to examine your thinking process. Since you are thinking most of the time, you are creating most of the time. Through our thoughts, we are able to create the reality of our lives, but unfortunately, most people are not in control of their thoughts. They don't control the machine, which is called mind, that creates these thoughts. We can conclude, therefore, that most people are not in control of their lives. That's why many people are living a life that is far from the life they desire. And this is caused by the haphazard thinking that is creating the life. Thinking is the creative process of a human mind. So, if our thoughts are the ones creating us, this means that if we want to change the reality we are in, if we want to change the situations we are in, if we want to change our reality, we got to change our thoughts. And this is the whole point, man. You don't need not to look at most other people. You don't need to look at your pastor, You don't need to look at any other force, spiritual and non-spiritual. All you need to look is, what are you thinking right now? Because thoughts are things. That skyscraper you see, that car you see, that good building you admire, that good attire you want to buy, is once upon a time was a thought of someone. So thoughts are things. So if we want to change what is around us, we got to change what is in us. There is an old saying that I normally say, that you are who you are, or because of what you are. Or you are where you are because of who you are. So in short, if I want to change who I am, then I got to change my thinking. No. And another thing is that no one can think for you. You are the only thing in your head, which means that no one can think for you. No matter what anyone else says you must say or do, you can still think whatever you choose to think. Your ability to choose what you are going to think about is what makes you a free individual. If you couldn't think for yourself, you wouldn't be a free individual. No one can get into your mind and think for you. And since you are the only thing in your head, it is only you who can decide what you are going to focus your attention to, which will in turn create your reality. So that is it. You are the one in your head. People can give you advice, people can give you books, people can give you programs like this. All we are doing, we are just influencing your thinking, but we are not thinking for you. You get? So you can change your reality by changing your attention. No matter what your situation is, you can change it by changing your attention. Attention in itself is energy, and it follows that what you focus your attention on has to grow. It grows. This means that you energize whatever you focus on. What you hold on holds on you. That's it. Your mind will produce the reality of what you're constantly thinking about. Your dominant thoughts will produce your reality. When you choose to focus on negative things, they occupy most of your life. If you choose to focus on cheap things, your home will be full of cheap commodities, and the friends you will attract will also be cheap. So, you get, that's it, man. You got to change your thinking pattern if you're gonna change your living patterns. If Angel wants to change his living patterns, he has to change his thinking patterns. What a joke. It's very interesting. If Angel wants to change his living patterns, he got to change his thinking patterns. So that's why I created this program, obviously to help you understand that the material world, what is around you, has no influence on your thoughts, and your thoughts are it's a creative power. And we have said, well, what you focus on grows, of course, by the law of polarity. There is always two sides of a piece of paper. They cannot exist one side of a paper. They can't exist one side of a coin. There can't be existence of one side of a toss of bread. That one cannot happen, ladies and gentlemen. But what is very key is what you focus on has to grow. People who have a lot of problems. It's because they focus a lot on problems, so they will get a lot. People who have a lot of wealth, they have chosen to focus on how they can create more wealth through producing good services or ideas that can help other people, and they sell these things to other people at a price. So in short, you can change your reality, of course, by changing your attention. If you focus on cheap things, you'll find them a lot in your house. I say if you choose deliberately, because you are able to control your thoughts. It is in your ability to control your thoughts, though it will cause some effort on your side. Since you are able to control your thoughts, you are able to create your life through thinking creatively, thinking the thoughts that will build the reality you want. There are people who want to build, who want to be in a mansion when they are thinking of a cubicle. It's a contradiction. There are people who want to travel nations, yet they are not thinking of those nations. They are not picking up books to study about their histories. They are not picking up the map. They are not saving for their trips. I mean, what I'm trying to say is that what you think is what you get, as long as you put the force called focus or attention. So the greatest discovery of all time is that in the Schumann revolution is that I am because I think I am. This discovery indicated that the human being got conscious of his existence. In other words, you are your own consciousness, nothing else. You understand this well. One must ask the questions: do you exist if you are not conscious? Can you exist without consciousness? Of course. Can you exist without your five senses? Chances are high no. You're not seeing, you're not hearing, you're not feeling, you're not smelling, you're not feeling, you're not seeing. Man, you're not in existence. You're not conscious of what is happening around you. For that case, you're not existing. And these senses help in, of course, transforming your thinking. So these senses should be aids to our thinking. So how we use our senses into creating the product, services, or ideas that other people would admire, or that would solve other people's problems or help them achieve their ambitions, then we shall continue living an undesirable life. So no matter what situation you are in, you can change it by changing the focus of your attention. Since your focus will energize the things you focus on, your choices of focus is very important. This law, you don't need to be lazy at it. It can well be put this way: you can be angry without angry thoughts first. What I'm trying to say here is that you cannot be angry without angry thoughts first. Neither can you be sad without sad thoughts first. Nor can you feel love and kindness without having love and kindness first as thoughts. The chain of command is thought first, then the emotions, reactions, and final, of course, physical reactions. You can't have an emotion without a thought first, and then, of course, a physical reaction. So we are a product, of course. Those are 3 stages of action: thoughts, emotions, and then action. You got to first think, then your thoughts are influenced by your feelings. All the thoughts produces feelings. So even feelings can produce thoughts. But most cases, if you are in charge of your mind, then your thoughts should influence your feelings, and then your feelings, of course, will lead you to act. And the kind of actions you will make are the ones that will make or break you. Now, in short, saying that you're in charge of your thoughts, it means you're in charge of your life. What you think the world looks like, that's how the world looks like to you. If you think the world is bad, if you think the government is corrupt, if you think your mother is bad, if you think your father is bad, if you think your neighbors are mean, if you think your relatives don't care, that's what they are to you. And you'll be so late to choose to see that way. So the way you look at the world determines also the way the world looks at you. So in short, by change from one level of financial status to another, you got to first understand that you are the one in charge of your thoughts. If thoughts are creative forces, then it means the misery we are in is as a result of our own, because we never took the initiative to think the kinds of thoughts that are in our favor. You can't be angry without angry thoughts. You can't be happy without happy thoughts. You can't be in love without love thoughts. So basically that's it. Now, as we are winding up, quantum physics, of course, has demonstrated that we live in and are a part of one massive energy field. Each individual is simply a focal point of consciousness within this field. This means that all creation is a vast field of energy. Therefore, life is what pops out of this field of energy because of the focus of our attention. It is hence the nature of our attention that determines the nature of our experience. And since thought is creative, whatever you think the world looks like, that's how the world looks like to you. Everything you experience in this world is the result of your focus of your thoughts and how you understand the vast field of energy in which we live, move, or have our being. So in short, it should be clear that I should not complain, I should not explain, I should not blame any other thing for who I am. I am the cause of the reality I'm in. You are the cause of the reality you're in. Now that you've bought this program, it's high chance that you changed yourself. From all the topics we are going to share, all we need to understand is that we are in charge of our thoughts, and that's what makes us the best of ourselves. Understanding this, it makes you a better and worthy person. Now, in short, since we are talking about our situations and the situations we want to be in, it is not your circumstances, it is your own thinking. If you took time to understand how your mind works, you would know that it is not your circumstances that are victimizing you, but your own thinking. The close study of the mind will show you that you are thinking all the time, and that is so difficult to stop thinking. As we learned, all thoughts are creative. This study should show you that your most important task, and every mankind's most important task, is to take control of their own thinking process. The truth be told, it is very difficult to stop your mind thinking, to stop your mind from thinking, and indeed you don't need even to stop in order to change the situation you are on. If you tell yourself that you're going to stop thinking about something, what you are actually doing is focusing on that thing the more. So if, let's say, you want to stop thinking about negative things, you are not going to stop. You're not going to say that I'm going to stop thinking negative things. All you need is just start thinking positive thoughts. Start seeing the life you want. And of course, lastly, prosperity thoughts come first before actual prosperity. It all begins from our mind, ladies and gentlemen. If we want to change the way we want to, if we want to change our situation, we need to change our thoughts. We have to focus on thoughts as our starting point to success. it is also important to know that no one will ever experience prosperity until he has built a prosperity consciousness. Prosperity mentality comes before the money in the bank. This tells us that all we experience are equivalent to our inner states of minds. It is us to make sure that we have the subconscious mental equivalent of whatever good we wish to experience on our outer plane. That's all. There are so many books you can learn about thinking and how you can take control of your thoughts. There are so many philosophies that can teach you how to change your mind into believing and, of course, having prosperity thoughts. But it all begins with you and it ends with you. The world has nothing to do with you. You are the master of this universe. The more you develop your creative abilities, those attributes that makes you stand out, the more your position in the world is sealed. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you're still having a problem, if you still have issues of blaming the society, you are doing yourself a disservice. All you got to do is one. Just step out and take care of your thoughts. Ciao.